First question is coming from Brooke Olzendam with Trailblazers Broadcasting.
Hi, Coach.
Hello, Brooke.
I know this is kind of a question you get usually during the playoffs or the race for the playoffs, but the fact that your first game is against Memphis, just how important is it to play well, get the win, kind of almost set the tone for the rest of the regular season games?
Well, first of all, this is like the playoffs, and this is the playoff drive, so it's a totally appropriate question. No, this is a big game. We know it. We're 3.5 games behind Memphis. If we dig ourselves a 4.5 game deficit and are fighting the other teams for the ninth spot, it's going to be tough. So I think everybody on the team knows how important this game is.
And after playing 3 scrimmages, just how ready are you to play these regular season games and just the excitement of it all? I mean, what's the team feel like?
We're ready to play. We've had 3 good weeks of practices. I think there's no question in my mind that we're ready to play on Friday. And I don't know if I'd call it excitement, but we're ready. I think we feel good about where we are.
Thanks, Coach.
Next question is coming from Jason Quick with The Athletic.
Hey, Coach, as you look back at your first meeting with Memphis, why was Brandon Clark able to be so effective against you guys?
He got behind us too often in transition. He was good on the offensive boards. He dove hard to the basket on pick and rolls. And it was our 6th game in 9 nights, and we were a little heavy-legged.
And then just to follow up, did Damian practice today, and is he going to be okay tomorrow?
Yeah, he's ready to go.
Okay.
Next question is coming from Jamie Hudson with NBC Sports Northwest.
Coach, with the health of everybody, do you expect anyone to have limited minutes in tomorrow's game, or is everyone going to be good to go?
As far as I know, everybody's ready to go.
And have you decided yet on, I know you don't like talking starting lineups, but I got to ask, do you have a plan on who you're going to start tomorrow?
That was nice of you to ask, and yes, I do have a plan.
You don't want to share it yet?
No.
Okay.
But thanks for asking.
Yeah.
Usually that's a Kerry Eggers question, but we don't have Kerry anymore.
Right, so I stepped up into it, yeah.
Parlays this next question coming from Jason Bondersmith with the Portland Tribune.
Who is that?
Hi there, Coach. I'm no Kerry Eggers. This is Jason Bondersmith from the Tribune.
Okay. Hey, Jason.
Hey, baseball has canceled a couple series, or at least postponed them. Everybody's watching these sports. I'm just curious how you and your players are handling this sort of psychologically. Your task at hand is to win games, obviously get into the playoffs, but how are you guys handling just being in one place and sort of the psychology of it all?
Well, it's a good question. I think we're handling it very well. And, I think there was some trepidation coming down here because it was unknown. We didn't know what to expect. But we've been here 3 weeks. Everybody has a routine. The facilities have been great, both from a living standpoint and from a basketball standpoint. I don't think that there's I think mentally, I don't think it's been as challenging as maybe we expected coming into it. I sent some videos to my family about life in the bubble, and they didn't think it looked too bad. So, it's more than anything else, it's unique. But when you ask about our mental health, obviously I don't take that for granted. I think it's a good question, but I think everybody's handling it pretty well.
Thanks, Coach.
The next question is coming from Aaron Fentress with the Oregonian.
Hi, Coach. Can you give me your impressions of Ja Morant from what you've seen of him so far this year?
Dynamic. He's just he's a dynamic point guard. Can really get to the rim. Difficult to guard. He's kind of he's the engine that gets them going. You know, they're a young team with a lot of energy, and it starts with him.
Thanks.
Next question is coming from Paolo DeGetti with The Ringer.
Hey, Terry, I'm sure you've been asked a version of this question maybe before, but I'm wondering how the environment of that type of arena and no fans and, you know, it's not a big, you know, stadium or anything, how that changes the way you coach and maybe the way some of the players might react to that, whether it's more like a scrimmage in practice.
Well, I don't think once the ball's tipped, I think everybody's going to be competitive. It's, you know, practice scrimmages and practices get pretty heated and competitive as well. So once the game starts, I think you're going to see coaches and players treated like a normal game with or without fans. If you've watched summer league games where maybe there's not a lot of people, they get very competitive. So it'll be different. The environment is there's a lot of things going on that you know, with all the lights and things that the NBA has done to make the game appealing on television. So I don't think it's obviously not going to be like playing in front of 19,000 people, but I do think it's going to be a very competitive environment.
Next question is coming from Jason Quick with The Athletic.
Coach, I think externally you guys have gotten a lot of buzz as maybe a sexy pick to be like a Cinderella or a surprise team. Internally, do you get a sense that you guys are feeling that as well?
I think that we're capable of making the playoffs, and I think we all believe that. But we also know that we have to play well to do it. So, you know, I think we're a confident group. It's not about who's picking us. We had high expectations coming into the season, and we didn't live up to those to this point. But I don't think our confidence has wavered. So to answer your question, it really doesn't matter what people say about us. I think internally we feel good about what we're capable of doing.
Next question is coming from Jay Allen with Rip City Radio.
Hey, Coach, how you doing? I'm curious, could you just give us your thoughts on Nurk and Zach together versus Nurk and Hassan, and what you like about each of those pairings, really on both ends of the court, the strengths of those two guys, you know, each pairing?
Well, they're different, obviously. Zach and Nurk, I think they complement each other well. They've been with the team for a long time. Zach is probably a little bit more of a perimeter player. When you put Zach and Nurk together, I think defensively we can really impact the paint. Obviously Nurk and Hassan have not played together in a game, you know, a real game. So there's a newness to it and maybe a little bit of an unknown. But I'd like to think that we would have the ability to protect the paint, rebound the ball well, and set good screens on the offensive end.
Thanks, Coach.
Yep.
This is the last question coming from Brooke Olzendam.
Hey, Coach, on that note, I'm just curious how you felt that Hassan is kind of acclimated to this new, I guess I would say, unknown role of his now that Nurk is back. How do you feel he's, you know, taken to it?
He's been good. You know, he was a little slowed with injuries. He missed the first game and missed some practices, so that was kind of a setback. But from an emotional standpoint, from a team perspective, he's been terrific. You know, everybody here, it's an 8-game sprint, and one of the things that I like about playoff basketball, and that's the way we're approaching it, is that everybody tries to do what they can to help the team win. And sometimes during the regular season, you can have some peaks and valleys, but in the playoffs, everybody's on the same page, and there's only one goal. So Hassan has been terrific, and I'm sure he just wants to do whatever he can do to help us win.
Love it. Thank you.
Love it.
We'll wrap it there. Thank you very much, Coach.
All right, thanks,